Ready when you are.
State full name for the judge.
Heather Noel Bustard.
All right. I want to confirm your address. The state is alleging one charge against you, which is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. What I would like to do is, instead of schedule you back to court to have to come back on another day, is proceed forward with the arraignment now. To be able to do that, I would have to get your consent to waive your personal appearance, physically standing in front of me, and do this by video. Do I have your consent?
Yes.
Okay. So the driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license is a Class 1 misdemeanor. That is punishable to a maximum fine of $2,500 plus surcharges, 6 months of jail, and or 3 years of probation. There is no jail time being asked of the case, so whether you plead not guilty and are found guilty later after a trial, you're not facing jail time, or if you plead guilty or no contest today and we move forward to sentencing, you're still not facing any jail time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, your plea options are guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between a guilty plea and a not guilty plea is the following. If you plead guilty, you're admitting that you committed the crime. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting or denying, but you are accepting the conviction. Both guilty and no contest pleas show on your criminal history as a conviction. If you plead not guilty, I'll schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That's where you speak with the prosecutor, and the prosecutor is the attorney representing the state of Arizona. One of 4 things will happen at the conclusion of that pre-trial conference. First off, the prosecutor may present to you the police report and any other evidence they plan on using at a trial at a later date, if in fact it goes to a trial. And or the case may go into a plea agreement that you accept and they offer. Or 3, the case could dismiss. Or 4, the case could be a change of plea, where you could change your plea from not guilty to guilty or no contest, or it could be continued. Do you understand those options?
Yes.
All right. You also have the right to an attorney. You have 3 choices. Number 1 is to waive the presence of an attorney and move forward and give your plea. Number 2 is to hire an attorney at your own expense. I'll enter a not guilty plea, and you can inform me that you're going to hire an attorney. Or number 3 is ask for a court-appointed attorney. And if you do that, there's 2 requirements. Number 1, you must financially qualify, meaning you must not be able to afford an attorney. And in addition to, you must also have a good cause for an attorney. One example of that would be jail time. So like I informed you, there's not jail time. But if there was, that would be a loss of your liberty. Then I could, if you financially qualified, I can assign an attorney to you through the court at little or no expense. So if you have a cause for a court-appointed attorney, let me know. If you would like to waive the presence of an attorney, let me know. Or if you're going to hire an attorney, let me know. You have any questions on that? Okay, so what is your decision regarding the attorney? Waiving the presence, hiring?
Yeah. Waiving the presence, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to send you a form. It's going to have 2 things on it. Number 1, waive your personal appearance that we talked about before. And secondly, it will be the waiving of the attorney. You just need to date and sign that, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions before I take a plea from you?
No.
Okay, how do you wish to plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Okay, I'll enter your guilty plea. And if you'd like, I can save you another trip back to court and we can move forward into sentencing today. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
All right, I want to make you aware of the rights that you're giving up by entering a guilty plea, okay?
Okay.
First off, are you on probation or parole?
No.
Okay. By entering a guilty plea, you're giving up the right to plead not guilty and require the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up the right to have a trial in front of a judge. You're giving up the right to have an attorney at all stages of the proceedings, including an appeal, and in some cases, eligible for a court-appointed attorney. We spoke about that. You're also giving up the right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them as to the truthfulness of their testimony. You're given up the right to present evidence in your own behalf and have the court compel your chosen witnesses to appear and testify free of charge. You're given up the right to remain silent and to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you're also given up the right to a direct appeal. I want to make you aware of possible collateral consequences. They're not for sure, but they're a possibility. And those are the possible suspension of your driver's license, an impact on a commercial driver's license or other professional license, an impact on your insurance rates, the revocation of probation or parole, an increased penalty for further criminal charges, becoming a prohibited possessor if convicted of domestic violence charges, and if you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea or finding of guilt may result in your deportation or being denied citizenship. Further on your citizenship is Rule 17.2 states that if you're not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation, even if the charge is later dismissed. Your plea or admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or could prevent you from becoming a United States citizen. Understanding each of the rights that I just explained to you, wish to waive those rights and enter your guilty plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may file a Rule 33 petition for post-conviction relief, and if denied, file a petition for review. I'll give you a letter that explains what that is for you.
Okay.
It'll also explain to you how to set aside the judgment of this conviction pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13905 once all the terms of the sentence have been completed, and you may qualify for a certificate of second chance and apply to seal the records pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13911 once the terms of the sentence and the timeframes therein have been satisfied. So that letter will explain each of those components to you. I'm going to review a factual basis of your case with you, and I'm taking it from the complaint that was issued to you. This is the facts that you're admitting guilt to. Is that on 4/26 of 2026 at about 5:15 p.m. you were contacted at or near milepost 252 on State Route 87, contacted by the Gila County Sheriff's Office. That location is located in Gila County in the jurisdiction of this court. In that police contact, it was found that you were operating a motor vehicle on a public roadway while your license was suspended, revoked, or canceled, and you are pleading guilty to that charge today. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there are two additional civil traffic violations that were cited against you. I want to talk about those now. The first one is no mandatory insurance. You have to plead responsible or not responsible to that. The second one is displaying a license plate suspended for financial responsibility, and that also is a responsible or not responsible plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to those two civil traffic violations?
Responsible.
All right. I'll enter your responsible plea and set up one judgment for sentencing for you. Regarding your plea of guilty back onto the driving suspended, are you making that plea voluntarily?
Yes.
Nobody forced, threatened, or harassed you to make that plea?
No.
Did anybody say you would get a lighter sentence or punishment if you pled guilty, you'd receive it?
No.
Okay, the court finds that you entered your plea knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently, and the court will accept your plea. You're going to see a form that looks like this. It has my initials going down the left column of the paper. Those are the rights that I just reviewed with you that you're waiving with that guilty plea. That requires your signature at the bottom of the form also.
Okay.
Do you wish to give any statement to the court before we impose sentencing on the charge of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license?
No.
Okay. The standard fine for that violation is $484. There's the civil insurance violation that you pled responsible to is $945. If you're able to provide proof of insurance on the vehicle, then that will dismiss. If you get insurance on the vehicle, that's 6 months or more policy, and you get a 39-month driving record from the Motor Vehicle Division. Produce that evidence to us of both of those within 30 days of today's date. I'll reduce that fine down to $184. That's a pretty significant savings. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. The fine for the driving on a suspended registration for insurance, $497. There's a one-time jail fee of $69 and a court security fee of $35.80. So we have a total balance of $2,031.30. Are you able to pay that today?
Not today.
Okay, I can put you on a payment plan. I have to add one-time payment plan fee of $20.
Okay.
How much can you afford to pay on that per month?
I'm, I don't even know. With work, I get paid every 2 weeks. I
Okay.
get paid between like $600, $700, $800.
Okay,
I haven't been. I was supposed to go back this week, but I haven't been, so I can't really calculate.
it's okay. So what we can start with is the court minimum of $25 a month.
Okay.
You're able to pay more than that if you can afford to. If you can't, then
Okay.
that's okay. 25 is the lowest we can go.
All right.
Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Know that any failure to pay could result in a warrant for your arrest, most likely would.
Yeah.
And then you get picked up and get brought back here. So make sure that you follow a $25 per month payment plan.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll schedule your first payment out 30 days from today's date. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go to the 29th of May.
Okay.
All right. So you'll be receiving what's called a judgment and sentencing form that will have the information that we just spoke about, $25 per month. First payment's due on the 29th of May of $25. The total balance is $2,051.30. On the bottom of this judgment and sentencing form, you'll also see a phone number and a website that if you wish to pay those remotely with a debit card or credit card, you can. Just know that they'll add a 4 or 5% merchant charge to do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can send a check or money order to the address that's on the top of the judgment form. Just make sure you include your case number on that, okay?
Okay.
All right. The last form that you'll be receiving is that paper I told you that explains how to set aside the judgment, how to seal the records, the Rule 33 petition that requires a signature from you.
Okay.
I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance on the charge. Do you have any questions for me at all?
Where can I get my belongings out of my car?
Yeah, so
That's
when you get
where-
released,
okay.
you'll be released here shortly.
Okay.
I don't know which law enforcement agency had your vehicle towed. It might be on your paperwork that's at the jail.
Okay.
It might, and then you call that company to get your property out of there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions in that?
No.
Okay, that's all I've got for you then.
Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, Judge.
You betcha. You want me to send it to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a good one.
You as well.